Hi guys, welcome back to Asia Life Lessons. I want to say thank you to those who watched my last video. If you did not, please do check it out. Thank you for liking, for subscribing and sharing with your friends. Do turn those notifications on to get alerts for new videos. Today's episode is about resilience and never giving up. I know we'll have moments in our lives when we feel overwhelmed and think to ourselves maybe we could never get any worse than it is already. Moments that we feel we hit rock bottom and there's no turning back from that. But we can't let those be our finishing lines, because if we let them, they will define us and label us as failures. Now, I know in my last video I mentioned that after the 7 days of the tryout, I got a call from the coach saying that I had made his list of 8 out of the 40 players that came for the tryouts. It was relieving for me because I thought to myself, maybe my efforts and sacrifices that I made, well, not all for nothing. They had finally paid off. But what happened is that when I got to the university to pick my admission, I was told by the school administration that the scholarship was going to be partial because they had a huge pile of players to pick from and they just needed 8. Everything came to a standstill at that point because I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford that. And the reason I threw every single fight that was left in me out there to make sure that I made the list was that it was going to be a full scholarship. But finding out that it was going to be partial was devastating for me. I remember it was the longest trip back home, and I thought it was the end for me. But I remember the following day I said to myself I wasn't going to let that be the end of my story, because I knew that there was a lot much better things out there for me. And I decided to even step on the gas pedal even much harder. I decided that I was going to go for tryouts at 3 different universities. I decided to go to UCU, IUAA, and SLAU. Now I know maybe life at some point has put you at the toughest of places right now, but you need to toughen up, get yourself back up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward, because if you do, you're most definitely going to get to some place. But if you don't, then that moment is going to define you as a failure, and that will be your finishing line. There won't be a flip side for that, because it will be the end of the story. But if you keep going, that won't be your end. That will just define a point in your life that you are pushed down and put yourself back up.